I'm a second generation tea exporter from Sri Lanka. My name is Ruvi and I'm the founder of Térapy Ceylon. When I entered the tea industry about 15 years ago, my family business was thriving. We exported millions of kilos of tea, not just from Sri Lanka, from Central Africa, Vietnam and Kenya. At our peak, we exported as much as 22 million kilos of tea. But deep down there was a shift. As much as we were exporting millions of kilos of tea, we were just exporting as a cheap commodity. We weren't retaining profits here, we weren't owning our own brands, we weren't giving back to the community. The global consumer wasn't just looking for a cup of tea, they were looking for much more health, they were looking for wellness, they were looking for functionality in every sip. Suddenly, herbs like moringa, a herb that I grew up with, was being referred to as a superfruit. One morning when I was walking in my garden, I saw this moringa tree and it struck me. If the world was going crazy about this moringa herb, what else did Sri Lanka have to offer? That thought became a spark. What if we could take our ancient Ayurvedic wisdom of 3,000 years and infuse it with our prized Ceylon tea and enrich it with herbs that are native and endemic to our island, grown by rural farmers, crafted with purpose and developed by Ayurvedic doctors. That single thought became my calling. We began experimenting with blends. We work with rural farmers who have been growing these herbs for generations, herbs that have long been forgotten by modern markets. Convincing these farmers that these herbs have potential, that they have export value, was another challenge. Neither was convincing the world outside. A lot of them hadn't even heard of Ayurveda, leave alone trusted it. Even my father didn't believe in it. He felt it was a dream. The family business didn't want to invest in it, and neither did anyone else. But there was a voice I just couldn't silence. With as little as $2,000 in my bank account, with a mortgage on my shoulder, a son studying overseas, and all other living expenses, I walked away from everything I was familiar with. This was just after COVID, and I believe people were ready for natural healing. But oh my God, then Sri Lanka economy collapsed. It was the economic crisis, fuel ran out, rupee devalued, and overnight things changed dramatically. I had to find another way to live. So at night, I worked on an online admin job, and during the day, I would pack therapy in my backpack and cycle from cafe to cafe, delivering them just to sell a few packs. My office was my son's bedroom. I had one table, a single laptop, and for printing, I would walk to the nearby stationery store to get it printed out. Sales were painfully slow. The price was considered too high. People didn't have value to it. Export buyers who were used to buying tea as a cheap commodity dismissed us. It was rejection after rejection, and I was starting to break. There were moments I felt, was my father right? Was this foolish? But one thing I knew for sure is holistic wellness is not new, it's ancient. Healing must empower the farmer, not just the consumer. Ceylon tea is the vessel and Ayurveda is the soul. Then I had a small miracle. I had gifted 2 packs of Térapy Ceylon to an old client. He had given it to his daughter who had just had a baby and was going through postnatal recovery. He told me how it had calmed her, regulated her, and helped her get back into balance. It had been a game changer for her. That one story lit a fire. My client believed in me and in therapy. He became our first client in the US. He placed his first order with us, and I realized we are no longer selling tea. We were restoring faith in healing. And that is the heart of Térapy Ceylon. We aim to share our heritage of Ayurveda with the gift of Ceylon tea. Share wealth with rural farmers so that communities can thrive and we can retain profits here in Sri Lanka. Champion native and endemic herbs so that they can have a global voice and an export commodity. Today, Térapy Ceylon is slowly thriving. We have 12 functional blends that have been crafted with purpose. We sell across the US on Amazon and through our Shopify store. We are listed with KeHE distributors and Pod Foods and we reached retail shelves nationwide. And last year, we are proud to say we were the official gift partner at New York Fashion Week. I don't think this is just my story. It's a story of this island, its ancient wisdom, the people, and the healing power of nature. This is Térapy Ceylon, infusing life with ancient wisdom from the past for health for tomorrow. We're no longer selling tea as a commodity. We are sharing Sri Lanka's ancient wisdom with the world, one sip at a time.